I'm a millennial. Are you a millennial? Whether you are or aren't, I want to help you make some money from people just like me, and not in a gross or sleazy way either. In a way that'll fulfill a need that people are willing to pay you money for. Let's face it, millennials love their experiences nowadays, more so than buying physical items too. Based on a study by Eventbrite, millennials would rather spend $100 on an experience over buying a material object. In this video, I'm going to give you different ways to make money on the side by taking advantage of the experience economy. It's a growing industry that could easily make you at least $1,000 per month by doing it in your spare time. Don't worry, I'll break down the numbers to show you different ways to earn that $1,000 later on. Hey, I'm Jarrad with an A, and on this channel, we like to talk about all things personal finance and investing, and we try to have some fun in the process. All right, let's get the juices flowing in that big brain of yours to help you figure out how to make some money selling experiences. The first way to make money by selling experiences is by piggybacking off of an existing business. There's two ways to take advantage of this. You can either create and host the experience without the help of the business, or you can partner with the business to create something beautiful. The best example is what the company Museum Hacks has done. The guy who started it has turned it into a company that generates millions and millions of dollars in revenue every year. But it all started with his love for museums. He actually went out on a date to a museum and fell in absolute love with it. Not the girl though, the museum. He started taking his friends there, and not girlfriends anymore, to give them tours. Now this quickly spread, and just a few years later, he built a whole team of employees and tour guides. They take people through these museums and enhance the experience just a little bit more. They've expanded massively into public, VIP, and corporate tours. And what they also do is consult for existing museums to make some extra money. I know this sounds insanely big and possibly something that you could never do, but remember that Museum Hack started with one person who wanted to share his love for this one thing with all of his friends. The company doesn't necessarily need permission to take people on their own tours through each of these museums either. As long as they are paying customers and don't cause a bunch of trouble, then the museums probably welcome it. Spend a few hours over multiple weekends and drive around your city or surrounding cities to observe and brainstorm some ideas for yourself. Just have fun with it, because you're going to need to think a little creatively and outside the box to come up with different ideas. These things won't just come to you while your face is buried in your phone, so put that thing away for a little bit and get to work. If you haven't done it already, please Hulk smash that thumbs up button to help support myself and this channel and my dog. Go ahead, tap it, but don't double tap it like you would on Instagram though. That would just undo what you already did. Oh my gosh, this internet thing is so difficult. The next way to feed the millennials a big slice of experience pie is by preparing them for an upcoming event or trip. Before they embark on an amazing experience, you gotta get them ready for that experience. Duh. Us millennials are scaredy cats because we of course have been living in our mom's basements for most of our lives that we don't know what to do. We need someone to show us the way. By the way, contrary to what some of the comments say, this is not my mother's basement. Hey mom, can you warm me up some more of that meatloaf, please?
Oh yeah, sure, Jarrad, I'd love to.
Thank you, love you. I swear I don't live with my mom. Millennials are looking for that Yoda in our life that's gonna show us how to go from that little Anakin Skywalker into a big bad Darth Vader, but like the good kind of Darth Vader. So you, of course, should be our Yoda.
We promise to use our newfound knowledge only for good things.
A good example is what my two buddies and I are going to be doing this winter. We love fishing, absolutely love it a lot. They probably love it more than me because they have families and girlfriends and wives they're trying to get away from me. I just enjoy it because it's fishing. And we all know our way around a pole pretty well. Okay, that sounded kind of weird. Let me try that again. I know my way around a fishing pole when it comes to bass fishing. I know the lures, I know the rigs, I know the reels, I know the rods, I know the hooks, I know the baits, the weights, and the techniques. But fishing for steelhead trout out of the rivers here in Northeast Ohio isn't the same. My buddies and I really honestly stink at this, and we've been trying to do it on our own for the past couple of years, and we have no business being out there on our own. So what we're gonna do is we're going to hire a guide to teach us how to prepare for these trips that we take every winter and seem to always strike out on. This gentleman is going to teach us everything that we need to know, from reading the speed of the river, to gauging when the water is too high or too low, to showing us how to actually fish fish for these things because they are way smarter than the bass that we're used to fishing for. The events you prep people for can be as simple or as in-depth as you would like. Now you gotta think, the more in-depth events that you put on, the more money you can charge these people. They could be for a trip that they plan on taking next week or even next year. This is where you have to really think about the types of things that you've done in the past and how you can help someone prepare for that same thing. Put yourself in the mindset of a beginner and what that type of person would need help with. When you're thinking about a potential experience you want to sell, you should do some sort of research before you start the whole process. The research will help you get a pulse on the type of demand that you could expect. It's also going to help you find potential customers as well. If you want to test some ideas out, then you can always throw up a page on Airbnb experiences to see if there's any interest in your idea. If it becomes successful enough from Airbnb experiences, then it might make sense to break away from them so that you can earn more of the profit instead of sharing it. Keep in mind that you could be selling someone an experience that they'll be using when they travel somewhere else. If I live somewhere where there's nowhere to rock climb, but I still want to learn how to rock climb for a trip I'll be taking next year, then I would hope that I could find a person to teach me those skills in my local area. And speaking of skills, the next way to serve up a nice delicious experience sandwich and make some money from it is by creating the experience around teaching a useful skill. The experience you create could be focused on giving the Jerrys and Jamies of the world a useful skill that will greatly enhance their life for the rest of their life. These could be taught through something like a classroom setting or even a hands-on setting. It's all going to depend on what you're teaching. If you created an experience around cooking or gardening, then it might make more sense to take your customers somewhere to let them actually do the work. If you want to enhance the experience, then think about pairing this up with something else that's quote-unquote fun. A good one could be, I don't know, smoking some plants and learning how to garden. That sounds pretty fun to me, and if you do one, let me know, because I want to sign up. For all of my hippy-dippy friends out there, I could see something like an eco-friendly experience working out really well. You kind of show people how to make things that they would use on a regular basis, like, I don't know, homemade laundry detergent or eco-safe cleaning supplies, hand soap, and things like that. Or how about teaching grandparents or older people how to use technology like their phone or computer? That would actually be something that a lot of them would probably pay for, and I bet their family members would love you. They would absolutely love you to create this experience for them too, so they're not just typing away random stuff in text messages and everyone's like, Grandma, Grandpa, what the heck did you just say? Here, I'll just call you because it's going to be so much easier. If I had time to sell an in-person experience, then it would probably be based around some sort of personal finance class at my local library, which I might still do at some point in the future, or I'd probably create some sort of experience on, I don't know, how to become a minimalist. I can see it now. I'll go into people's houses and I'll say, throw that away, throw that away, throw that away. You know, there'll of course be a bunch of crying and over-exaggerating and tears. Oh, I can't get rid of this. Meanwhile, their garbage can will be filled up, their house will be empty, and they will be more happy in their life. When you're thinking about selling an experience, you should think about who your target market is. Now, think about their gender, age, if they're married or single, do they have children, the types of things that they do in their free time, and the different attributes of those people. In the business world, this is sometimes referred to as an avatar. It helps you define the type of customer that you think would be interested in your experience, so you know how to create the product to fit their needs. It's also going to help you market to the correct people. So, if you're creating a knitting experience and you've defined your target customer as married women who are over the age of 50 that have grandchildren, then you're not going to go try to sell that experience to your 18-year-old brother and his buddies. That's not to say that your 18-year-old brother and his buddies wouldn't be absolutely thrilled to take your knitting experience or that they'd be banned from joining, but that's not who you'd base your service around. Next up, we have what I like to call the just for fun experiences, aka JFF. Kind of like BFF, but not really at all. I just made that acronym, by the way, so don't go Googling it because I have no idea what's gonna pop up. These are the ones that are focused on fun, and more fun. Now, that's not to say that Cindy wouldn't have fun with any of the other experience that we've talked about so far, but JFF is the main point of it. Bonus points for making sure that everyone gets to take something home with them at the end of the experience. Technology is pushing people to only communicate through different social media platforms to where activities that bring people back together are only going to gain a lot more popularity over time. With these JFF activities, people are just looking for a little escape from their regular mundane life, kind of like Groundhog Day. I don't know if you go through your day and you're like, man, I thought I just did this yesterday. Oh wait, yeah, I did. Think of things like those wine and sip classes that I think all women go to at some point in their life, and sometimes the ones where you see dudes at because their significant other drag them there and you're kind of like, oh man, dude, I feel so bad for you. Think about it. People aren't going to those things to learn how to paint. They're going there for a way to get toasted with their friends and pretend like they're Bob Ross painting, I don't know, mountains. There was an experience that I saw on Airbnb where a guy was selling the experience of learning how to drive a tractor. I was like, what? Yes, this is a thing that people are willing to pay for, and based on the reviews, they really enjoy it. Another JFF experience we've all seen all over social media is axe throwing. Who would have thought that people would be willing to pay money to go throw axes with their friends for an hour? I took a girl on a date to one of these axe throwing places and we had an absolute blast, but of course the relationship, it didn't pan out. FYI, having fun while throwing axes doesn't correlate to chemistry between two people. It just means that they like to throw axes and happen to be in the same room at the same time doing the same thing. The more you make your experience shareable on social media, the better. That's why I suggest giving your customers a little tchotchke to take home with them at the end of that experience. The problem with this experience economy business model is that once the person uses you for everything that you have to give them, the customer goes away and may never come back. No, I'm not going to make an ex-girlfriend joke here, you freaks. A way for you to keep this person interested is to think about taking the experience beyond just this one time. A simple way to do that is to drive them to a website that you've created, a social media platform, or other content platforms that will help them stay connected with you. This is going to help you sell them on additional experiences, or even possibly sell them on some sort of course on how to educate themselves more on this specific topic. So far, we've touched on experiences where you physically connect with your customers, but what if you sold experiences to people through videos that you create on YouTube or some sort of other platform? The perfect example that I can think of is one that I have a secret obsession with. It's van life. For some reason, I love watching videos of people sharing their journeys of living in a van and traveling all over the place. It's probably because my future plan is to hop into a van and visit all of the national parks in the United States, but that's another story for another time. If you're living a life that might be interesting to other people, then it could be worth it to share that with people. These individuals don't even have to pay you either. You can think of views on videos as how people pay you, or even use sponsorships and affiliates to help you generate some sort of income for this experience. The numbers for how to make $1,000 per month is basic math. We just need to take that total number, then work backwards. If you schedule to host your experiences twice per week, so we'll say on a Saturday and Sunday, then you'd need to pull in $125 per day. If your experience lasted 1 hour and you charged $25 per person, then all you need to do is find 5 people per day. To make it easier, you could find a way to group everyone up for that same hour. That way you're maximizing your time and making $125 per hour. You could also increase your prices to $50 per person, and that doesn't sound unreasonable, and only need to fill 3 spots per day. That would actually end up generating you $1,200 per month. Bingo, you have yourself some extra cash in your pocket every month to start investing more money. Check out these videos to your left. The top one will take you to a playlist of all of my videos on different ways to make money. The bottom one will take you to a video I made showing you exactly how I invest my money. Don't forget to Hulk smash that thumbs up button and check out the description for more resources and playlists to help you out with all of your personal finance and investing needs. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Adios.